So, dear students, already in the last class we learned regarding the immunoelectrophoresis. So, this is the typical structures of immunoelectrophoresis. It was mainly consist of the movement of the molecule or migrations of the molecule on the basis of the size or on the basis of the charge on there. Okay, so that the charge of the molecule, so they are separated by a diffusion method, and after that so they are detected with the help of the electrophoresis. So that's why it is known as the immunoelectrophoresis. So this is the method. So very first we can make the agarose gel plate. So on that we can put the sample, then run the electrophoresis for 20 minutes for 100 volts. Then after that the movement is happens with according to the size of the molecule and as well as charge of the molecule. There is a large molecule migrate slowly and cover the shorter distance, and small molecule migrate fastly and cover the large distance, and as well as so those molecules, so they move on the basis of the charge. Okay, positive charge molecule move towards the negative electrode and negative charge molecules move towards the positive. So like that, so this electrophoresis, it was helpful for the diffusion or separations of the molecule from the patient serums. So according to their size and as well as according to their charge. So after that, so in the trough we are put the specific antibodies. So that antibody only it is helpful for to target the antigens. Okay, suppose once again that is the in the COVID-19 we can targeting some antigens. Okay, or we are targeting the immunoglobulin M, it is the antibodies. It was vice versa. Okay, so we are choose the such antibodies, so that antibody is specific to the our target molecule, not to the others, because the patient serum, it consists of the lot of molecules, other antigens is also present. Okay, during the COVID-19 some people they suffering from the pulmonary embolism, some people they suffering from the systemic infection, hypersensitive reactions, bronchial asthma. So every disorders, so they having some antigens, but our aim is we only target the that antibodies or antigen related to the particular disease. In the case of COVID-19 we targeting the antibodies. Okay, so that's why we put the that the solution, that specific antibodies in the trough. So that was only successfully it can complex with the our targeting antigen only, not to others. So that complex, it was responsible for the development of the band, nothing but the color. So with the help of developing that color, we can confirm so that antigen is present or that antibody is present. Due to that, this patient is suffering from the so metabolic disorders. So like that, so with the help of the electroimmunophoresis, so it was helpful for the diagnosis of the various disorders. Okay, so, and on the basis of the also that is the antigen antibody reactions. And also immunoelectrophoresis, it is helpful for the targeting of the new proteins. Okay, identifications of new proteins for when the new disease will be the evokes in the societies or comes under the societies. So for the doctors work on that, they can separate the antigens or they suppress the antibodies. Okay, then with the help of electrophoresis, then they can target which antibody is suitable for that targeting antigen, or they choose the different antigens targeting for that antibody diagnostic test. Like that, so they are made the diagnosis, and the diagnosis procedure is always developed when once a disease can be occurrence. Okay, it is need to in advance, so we cannot be diagnosed the any kind of the disease, or we not made any procedures. If that disease is occurs means what the scientist, so they can targeting the, they can isolate the antigens or antibody for that particular disease. According to that nature only they can develop a diagnostic kit also. And as well as if they are targeting so that antigen, then only they can make the vaccines. Okay, So that is the first. In the COVID-19, the antigen was isolated by the serum. Okay, or India simply. Okay, India can isolate the antigen. So on the basis of India, it can make the tie with the many country like Korea or as well as with the Russia, because they do not isolate the antigen from the patient. But Indian scientists, so they having the knowledge, they can isolate the antigen, they can use the antigen structure, compositions, whatever the necessary is needed for the development of the new drug or new vaccines. So they are use this fingerprint or these molecule structures of that particular targeting molecule, that is the spike proteins. So then they can develop the antibodies or vaccines. Then only they can able to develop the vaccines also. So that's why the electrophoresis is also play an important role in the development of the drugs or development of the therapy. And also it was helpful for to know down the progress or outcome of the therapy. Once again, before disease and after treatment, sorry, the before treatment we can target that molecule, then after the treatment certain interval you can target that molecules. Okay, so if it is a ratio is decreases, then it can confirm the person was free from that disease and due to that particular therapy. And same therapy, so they are employed for the other patients fulfill the same conditions. Okay, so this is the work of the PharmD once again, that is the clinical pharmacist. When the new disease occurs, initially on the basis of the hypothesis or possible treatment on the basis of that is the symptoms, that was known as the symptomatic treatment. Okay, so they do not have particular drug for that particular cases, but only on the basis of symptoms they can give the medications. Okay, on the basis of only. So what they having, so they having fever means they can give the fever decreasing drug. If they are having the body ache means they can use the body ache treatment drug. If they are having some vomiting, they can use the antiemetics. If they are having some infection, then they give the particular type of antibiotics, and here they can choose the antibiotic. So that antibiotic it can kills the both bacteria, or it is having some uh, antiviral activities. Okay, or it will be having the anti-inflammatory. So like that they can choose in a different antibiotic in different patient on the basis of the therapy outcomes. Okay, suppose on therapy they are giving A B C D E. From that therapy within 8 days the patient is free from the COVID-19 means, so that was the therapy. Okay, that was therapy. If there is no outcome is there, after 8 days still the symptoms are worsen. Okay, still the symptoms are duration there increases, then they can change the drug. That first therapy was failed, then they can use another, add the some drugs according to their knowledge only. Once again your knowledge. Okay, not any book can tell to you, only what you can read, what you can learn from them, your scientific articles or journal, then case studies or many doctors prescriptions or diagnostic report or presentations. Okay, and your knowledge. Okay, because we are reading every each and every article journals, after that one answer was developed or one question was developed in your mind regarding what happened in this is. And all, after that, so this is drug is also acting on the same way now. So why not we can try for that. Okay, why not, for example, so some people, some students or peoples are there. Okay, so they make the Ashad Ekadashi. Okay, in the last only. Okay, so we are, so formed a candidate. So day by day their experience, or clinical pharmacists day by day their experiences, so they will be able to, their brain can able to tell what is the alternative way. So that's why once again, so my request for all of you. Okay, so what happens in the society, what our friend can be do, what our colleague can be do, that you don't concentrate on that. Only you can concentrate what you can want in the future. Okay, from here what can I need to take from the first year, take from second year, or take from current environment. Okay, for example, the AIDS is also the communicable disease. Okay, already you know. If you are concentrated to gather the knowledge of AIDS means, it is hopeless. It cannot give any fruitful in future. because what current area we are suffer decades we are suffer, what most diseases are there commonly in our area, so those people they suffer, concentrate on that only, because in future if you are involved in the clinical practice means you are only facing the those patient, so they are suffering diseases in that area only. For example, once again, that is a renal disease, it is a very rare disease, no one having the that knowledge including me also. So okay, so dear students, so now we can learn regarding the ELISA, that is the enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. It is similar to the other immunoassay, but only the difference is here the instead of radioligand we are using the enzyme, a enzyme linked antibodies we are using and targeting that enzyme. Okay, so measuring the uh, endpoint produced by this enzyme, it can use the clue regarding the presence of the diseases or not. So that's why, so it is considered as the modified form of the radioimmunoassay. Instead of the radioligand molecule or antibodies, we are using the enzyme for targeting point to assess the presence of the antigens in the patient. So that's why it is known as the enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Okay, so regarding the introduction, so ELISA, it is an important type of technique used for the determinations of the antigen antibody reactions as well as antigen antibody specificity. So in the immunoelectrophoresis, I already told in the end point we are using the antibodies for targeting that antigen. Okay, how they choose that antibodies? On the basis of the antigen antibody specificity. So that antigen specificity was determined or detected by the ELISA. So with the help of the ELISA, we can targeting the identifying the which antibody is required for that targeting molecule antigens. Then only it can form the complex. So that complex can be helpful for the diagnosis of disease. So that targeting molecule alternative specificity regarding antibodies antigen, so that was determined or identified by the ELISA, and as well as it is helpful for the determinations of the antigen antibody reactions interactions as well as regarding the studies. Study also important for antigen and antibody reactions to note down the status or whether antigen antibody reactions will be forms or not, if it forms in. So that is also regarding the details regarding antigen antibody reaction. So that is also learned from the ELISA. Okay, it is also important type of technique, that is a type of technique. It is based on the immunological assay, similar nothing but here only we are using the enzyme for targeting. So ELISA, it is an important type of diagnosis techniques for a cancer and as well as the AIDS. So in the cancer they are targeting the a molecule, so which molecule that was participate in the cancers, because cancer various enzymes are involved. Okay, so they are to involved in the to cause of the cancer cells. So where the with the help of the ELISA, so the doctors or scientists, so they can identifying the which enzyme or which targeting molecule, because each and every enzyme, so they are the proteins, so they target that molecule to helpful for the diagnosis of the or data identifications of the new drug for treatment of the cancer. So like, so due to that only, so nowadays, so new potent anti-cancer drug is available in the market like amitinib. It is targeting the some enzymes, so that was responsible cancer. So that's targeting molecule is also determined by the ELISA, and also it was technique, it was used for the diagnosis of the AIDS also commonly. Okay, so and it is also important type of technique for the hepatitis A, B and C, and also it is important technique for bacteria, virus and fungus protozoal infection determinations. Okay, it is also helpful for the diagnosis of the bacterial infection, viral infection, fungal infection as well as protozoal. So all type of microbial infection, so that was the diagnosis are determined with the help of the this ELISA techniques. Okay, or many diagnostic kits is in the market, they are available regarding HIV kit, malaria kit, or many others kit or hepatitis kit is there. Simple, you can pay the 50 rupees and diagnose the disease in your home only. Even the for COVID, the kit is available. So how their kit are developed on the basis of the ELISA. Okay, so antigen, it is present in the patient serum, and whatever the kit is there, they have a one filter paper, that is a media. So that media consists of the, that is antibodies, okay, coated. Or when putting your serum, we can add some antibodies solution. So that solution contain particular targeting antibodies. If they complex forms, then they produce the one band. So they like that. So the kits are developed on the, our kit is also developed on the basis of the ELISA. So regarding the principles of ELISA, so the main principles ELISA is, it is based on the antigen antibody reactions. Mechanism, it is based on the other immunochemical techniques. Simply, that is the first, we can target the antigen, separate the antigens from the patients. Okay, then after that we can add the target antibodies that may be labeled. Then after that, that antibodies can target it. Here instead of antibody, it is, we can add the enzyme linked antibody. Then finally they target the, so that enzyme. So this is the mechanism of the ELISA, that was similar to the other immunochemical techniques. So regarding the types, so ELISA, there are mainly three types, that is the indirect assay, sandwich assay, competitive assay. Indirect, that is a direct assay, means directly we can target the molecules directly. Okay, indirect means first we can form the complex with the targeting molecule with the help of the antibodies. So after that we add the once again enzyme labeled antibodies. Another complex is formed. So that complex containing enzyme. Then after that we can add the substrate. Then that enzyme can react with the addition, the added substrate. It can forms one color. So that color is the targeting point ours. So that's, and such techniques is known as the indirect assay. For directly we can forms the interaction between antigen and antibody, then note down the diagnosis of the disease. But in case of indirectly we can identify the antigens. Okay, first we can form the complex with the antigen antibody from the patient serum. After that we can add the enzyme linked antibodies. So that is also complex with the same antigen, then it can have some enzymes. So that enzyme, and after that we can add the substrate. Okay, one substrate is there. So if that target for that enzyme, or that enzyme can catalyze that substrate. Okay, so then it can form one's color. If that complex is forming, then only the substrate can be metabolized or color will be formed. That's what is known as the indirect assay, or can target the antigen. Where there is antigen, do not be directly focusing. Indirectly we can focus. So that's what is known as indirect assay. It is used in the that is the detections of the rotavirus antigen in the feces. So next one, that is the sandwich assay. So here in the sandwich assay, so here the targeting molecule, so that was put under the between the two antibodies. Okay, so in the image you can see, okay, this is our targeting antigens. So it is one molecule, one antibodies, and it is another body. So between two antibodies we can fix the antigens or targeting molecule. Then we can identify the color by additions of the substrate. Okay, so that's why it is known as the sandwich assay. Example, to use the detections of the HIV antibody in the serum. Then competitive assay. So that is the, there is a computations, we can create a certain computation for same targeting molecule. So the whatever the antibodies you are added, so that antibodies is affections are complex with the same antigens competitive. And also in the another steps we can add the our antigen also. It is also targeting the same antibodies, and same antibody is also having the certain enzyme. It is interacts with the substrate and forms the color. So that's what is known as the competitive assay. The targeting point for both targeting and as well as whatever we are added the antibodies, that was the same. So that was known as the competitive assay. So this competitive assay, it is used in the detections of the once again HIV antibody in the serum. So now we can discuss regarding one by one, that is the indirect assay. So indirect assay, it is one type of the ELISA or enzyme linked assay. Okay, so the first, the well means, so on the agarogel plate we can make the small hole for to keep the our targeting molecule or patient serum, so that known as the well. So that well is coated with the sample first, that is the antigens or our targeting molecules are simply the patient serums. Okay, so after that we can add the antibody with, that is along with the enzymes. Okay, so we can add the whatever the trough is there, so that trough is containing of the antibody along with the enzyme is added. Then we can initiate the, or in the, sorry, in the here in the same well we can add the antibody along with the enzymes, and we can wait for few minutes or few hours. So then there is an antigen antibody complex will be the form, and that antibody, it can consist of the enzyme. So after that we can wash to remove the free antigen, so that do not form the complex with the antibodies containing enzymes, and as well as it can remove the free antibodies. So that is the wash is needed to remove the uncomplexed antigen as well as the antibodies in the second step. Then after that finally we can add the substrate. Okay, we can add the some substrate, so that substrate is metabolized or catabolized and produce some another molecule, so that can produce some color. Okay, so whatever the enzyme is attached with the antibody, so that is only it can remain in the our sample, because after additions of the antibody containing enzyme we can subject it to the wash. If the patient serum do not containing antigen, means antigen antibody reaction here do not form or complex do not form, because here we can wash, so that wash it can remove the whatever antibodies we are added, if it cannot be complex with the antigen. If it is complex with the antigen, if the patient having the antigen, means it can remain after the washings. Okay, so due to presence of this enzyme, then only it can interact with the substrate, then it can forms the color. If the color is forms, means it can indicate the positive test. So like that, the indirect assay is helpful for the diagnosis of the disease. Simply, suppose you think here the patient do not contain any antigen, okay, antigen is absent, okay, then if you're adding the enzyme linked antibodies, means then antibody lack of antigen, it cannot be form the complex. Then here in the washing period, so does it is considered as the unbound antibody, then it can remove. Then lack completely it can remove. Then finally what is remains, nothing will be remain in the sample, because there is no complex. So that's why, so when you are added the sample, then there is no color is produced. If the color is not produced, means so that can indicates the test is negative. So like that, so this indirect assay, so that is helpful for the diagnosis of the various disorders or infection. So it is one of the important type of the ELISA, that is the indirect type of the ELISA, or also known as the indirect assay. So next one, that is the sandwich assay. Simple, that our targeting molecule can be sandwiched between the two layers of the antibodies. Okay, and one antibody, it can consist of the targeted molecule, or it can ligand with the labeled with the targeted molecule. So simple, so that is, this is the capture antibody or blocking buffer, so that can mix with the patient serum, so that is containing the targeting molecule or antigens. Then after that we can add the biotin labeled antibody, so that was we can detect. Okay, so this is the we want to detect. So after what we can add, so once that is the first we can add the antibodies, then it can containing the antigen, it can form the antigen antibody complex. Then after that we can add the biotin labeled detected antibody, it is also form the complex with the same complex, then it can form the antibody targeting molecule, then antibodies complex. Then after that we can add the substrate. If this complex will be forms means, then only this complex will be forms, and between that there is a washing period is there, then only so this can react with the substrate, can form the color product that was detected by the 450 nanometer. So that's what is known as the sandwich method. Is also similar to the indirect assay, but here the targeting molecule, it can be covered by the two layers of the antibodies. Okay, then that was monitored in the 450 nanometer. So this is known as the sandwich assay. Okay, next one that was known as the competitive ELISA. So here it is also similar to the sandwich and indirect. Okay, some modifications are there. Okay, so here the first we can incubate the patient serum with the particular antibodies that was known as the primary antibodies. First we can incubate the primary antibodies with the patient serum, so that where we can monitor the antigens. Then it can form the, if the patient serum having the once again antigen means, it can form the antigen antibody complex. Then after that, so this solution it can pour on the well. Okay, so it can pour on the well on the any plate that was coated by the agar gel. Okay, so where we can make the well, so on the well we can pour this solution, this complex, if it is happens. If it is not happen, then also you can the pour. Okay, so before pouring the sample, so that well can be coated with the our antigens. Okay, so that will be coated with the our antigen also. Okay, so on the that well, so it is also present here, it is complex, it now forms means, here the complex will be formed. Here the complex is forms means, here the complex do not forms, it should be, because here also antigen we are coated with the coated on the well, and here also the antigen is present in the patient. If the present is in the patient mean, it can form the complex, this will be the remain. If it this complex will be not formed means, so here that antibodies is complex with the our antigens that was coated, okay, on the well. Then after that you can wash, can remove the, that is the unlabeled antigen antibody whatever are there. Then add the targeting secondary antibodies which can consist of the enzyme. This secondary antibody is having the more specificity towards the primary antibodies, then only it can forms the complex. If here the complex will be the formed, then only it can form the complex. Then wash, once again remove the, then after that add the substrate and note down the process of the color. So this is the competitive ELISA method. If the appearance of the color is produces, then it considered as the negative. If there is no color is present, it considered as the positive. Okay, so like that the competitive ELISA, so we can apply the for the diagnosis of the various disorders, especially we can targeting the antibodies in the HIV patient. Also nowadays it can modified form of the competitive ELISA, it was used for the targeting of the various disorders. So these are the different types of the ELISA regarding indirect, sandwich, so as well as the competitive ELISA.